I never know what I say, so let's record.
All right.
All right, so you wave your magic wand and poof, we're at the end of September and looking for your wand. I don't know where's my wand when I need it, right? We're at the end of September. You're looking back going, damn, that was a good thing I did that. So, good thing I had that summer fling. What would be happening at the end of September?
Well, I mentioned my master class.
Master class. Okay.
I'm finally getting to do that.
Okay. All right.
My biggest challenge has been trying to make it as evergreen as I can. So I don't have to keep redoing it all the time.
All right.
But I can bring the technical elements into it either in a live piece that I do or something of that nature. And I think I've figured out a way to finally do that. That's the thing I struggled with the most, because I don't want to have to keep simplicity has been like the number one. Simplicity and efficiency have been like big things for me.
Yeah.
Getting back on track.
Yeah.
And I want to create something once that I can keep using for a long time versus it having to keep jumping in and redoing it and redoing it. And I tended to make things a little too technical, as is my way over the years. So that's been the biggest piece for me, trying to figure out how to.
So would you give a live class and then turn it into evergreen, or do you already have a class and you just need to make it evergreen?
I was planning to do it live and then turn it into evergreen.
Okay.
So what my thoughts are is trying to make technology work for people better, so that, which I keep thinking, Jan Stringer is like my perfect muse for this, because you're not a highly technical person. You know what I'm talking about when I say different things. You're not afraid of making video. You're kind of in my sweet spot, really, to be honest with you.
Cool. Happy to oblige.
and the thing that I think about is I go, how could I make Jan Stringer a movie star? I mean, how could I really like have everybody know who you are?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, how cool is that? Everybody wants to. I mean, I even think about that for myself, but I often think of you and I say, how can I turn Jan into, like, everybody sees her like everywhere. They just can't get away from her or get enough of her.
Right.
And how do I make that like so easy a monkey could do it?
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's the challenge for everybody, is how do you make it so easy that a monkey can do it?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my theory, and I'm working through
how to make it so easy that a Jan Stringer could do
it. Or a monkey can do it for you.
Screw the monkey.
but really just make it so easy that
anyone
each step along the way, or I can put technology to work on it so that it works great for you. And the other thought is, how do I make, like, there's a lot of pieces to what I want to accomplish with video and how it relates to content creation.
Right.
To the point I had to step off of it a little bit and say, well, I think I need to really chunk it out. Because I mean, you can see where you can take this and get to this. So I've been trying to figure out, okay, if I take and we go from result A to result B, then what should result C to result D be, and so on. And then how do I price that out as a class?
Right.
Or how do I do it as a group coaching series that I record and then do it as a class? Like I'll have the recording for it. How do I piece it together and then use that as a master class?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what my brain has been going through lately, or what I'm working through. How do I make it so simple anybody can do it? And
Kajabi.
Yeah, and have it really automated. Well, it's interesting.
Kajabi would be great.
Kajabi fits in a lot of ways, because it does have a lot of that element of making the course side of it easy. Once all the stuff is done, all you got to do is just chunk it into Kajabi.
I know, and you can clone it.
Yeah.
You can clone it and then change up the material a little bit, but you've got the structure in place.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that's what my brain has been trying to get a grasp of lately, and then
Hmm.
how to make each step along the way real easy, and then how to line out the steps. So that's kind of what I've been
I think Kajabi is your. I don't know.
working my way through.
I don't know how you would do that otherwise. It'd be more management.
Well, yeah,
Because I'm just my brain is like all Kajabi eyes.
yeah,
And I have my
because I look,
socks on, so
yeah,
um,
you're thinking Kajabi.
I'm
I get that.
grounded in Kajabi now because I got the socks.
Well, and it's funny because my friends resell a package with Kajabi that I could easily make into like a DFY part of it, which I haven't really thought about. How would I put that together? So that's
Mm-hmm.
probably a conversation I should have with them too.
Yeah, that's my idea for it too.
Yeah.
Because look at what we did in the 12 weeks with 3 weeks on the product creation. Well, that
Right.
really lends itself to Kajabi. Somebody doesn't
Yes.
have most people don't have something like that. Most people that I work with aren't really Infusionsoft people or something. But all right, so what do you what do you need to do to make this master class be simple, efficient, and evergreen by September? So maybe check in. Have you tested out test-driven Kajabi yet?
Yeah. I think just have it test driven.
Mm-hmm.
Map it out, and have it test driven.
Uh-huh. I think
That's pretty much what I've been thinking of. Yeah.
uh-huh. Yeah. So, like if we were to just pull up a Kajabi, do that, pull that up. Where'd you go? So let's say we are going to build a new product, and this is yours. Where's this product? Anyway, just pick out what kind of product it's going to be. Here's one for Evergreen, actually.
There you go.
So let's see what that looks like. Drip feed your content over a series of weeks. Da, 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 da.
That works.
Okay.
Yep. I'd be creating it over a series of weeks anyways if I did it like as a weekly group coaching.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
This is just, I can delete this later, but
yeah.
I thought this was a good way to get started, is to, oh, wow, they just pop up your outline right there. You don't even have to shop for it.
Yeah. Just throw stuff in.
That's all there is. Welcome to the training, about your instructor, outline, week 1, week 2, week 3. That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I want to turn my 12 weeks thing into
You should.
evergreen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ready. I bet there's a way to, I could clone it maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Another subject.
And
But
then
this is pretty simple.
Yeah.
All we'd have to do is come up with how many weeks you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to get out of it?
Yep.
And what's the next, the upsell from there. So this is the door in.
Mm-hmm.
You do this, and then you do that.
Yeah, so I've kind of thought my first one is going to be like a more simplistic version, kind of like the 1.0 version.
Yeah.
And then we'll just kind of build off of that, and I can just either add it in or make it separate modules as
Yeah.
people go.
Yeah.
Or I think the approach I use kind of makes it easier to take and break it in chunks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the kind of getting started chunk of how to create your content quickly, where to put it, get it out there, and then move it along and syndicate it. So I think that's like the first chunk. And then the second chunk is, hey, now that you got all that content, why don't you put it into a podcast? So there could be a piece just on podcasting, how to break it up into a podcast.
Yeah.
And then the third piece could be, how do you change it into Kindle and audiobook and take it to that phase? So that's kind of the breakout I'm thinking of right now. And most
That's
of
awesome.
it, even though there's some nuances to it, I think that kind of fits everybody's need, for the moment of getting it going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get done with one module and then settle into the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, drip it out. So I see they've got the drip set up for every 7 days.
Yeah. And then I was going to do like a $97 a month group coaching, or a I like Voxer too. So I was thinking about doing Voxer coaching.
What's that?
Voxer is like it's
like the dog Boxer, Boxer?
No, Voxer.
Oh, Voxer. All right.
It's like a walkie-talkie app, so people can either text you messages or write you messages. I hate answering emails.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends do email coaching.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
One or two of them switched to Voxer coaching, and I said, that is genius.
I
love
like
that
it.
idea.
Right.
Yeah, so I was going to add a Voxer piece on, so that when people get stuck along the way, for like an extra $100 a month, I'll do Voxer coaching. So if they get stuck or have a sticking point, they can just contact me on Voxer.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I was going to do these as little add-ons, like $100 a month Voxer coaching. So I'll coach you through the process on Voxer if you have questions.
Right.
Then I can take their questions and make them like into a big FAQ.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like some of the stuff that's been running through my head. How I'm gonna lay it all out this time.
Right. Well, you've got it all in your head because it lays out. You just have to
create.
You have to just get started in your format.
Yep.
And then, who would you promote to? How would you promote?
I probably would promote it just through short Facebook ads, I'm thinking, or like a little educational series of a couple of videos.
Uh-huh.
And I'd probably have some affiliate promotion. Okay. I'm guessing, because I do have good contacts in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But probably a little combination of both.
Uh-huh. So if you were going to do affiliate, you could set people up as an affiliate.
Yeah.
Jobby.
I can.
And what do you think of Facebook Live these days? How's that translating? Do you think?
I like it. I think it still translates well. It most people are saying that they're putting their longer videos on YouTube again. Mm-hmm. So they're going back and using YouTube. And then I had my kind of back theory to doing like the photography summit and some of that. Mm-hmm. If I'm going back to my TV theory, except it's changed a little bit. I always thought of the idea of having like a Facebook broadcasting station or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now to me, that broadcasting station, I think, would be Roku, because everybody's got the set-top boxes, and they're in so many different countries. And I know a couple other people who one has a station on it already that she's doing. Uh-huh. And then another guy like me is looking at it. And I don't think it would take much to just port content over, or take some of the content that I've created and move it over. Mm-hmm. or make that kind of an upsell to people who do summits with me, that we can get them on Roku and have their own channel.
Right.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Right. That is cool. I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah.
So it's everything you're doing or what you're going to put in your program, really.
It's all video.
It's all video. I mean, it's everything you're doing
Different
for
packaging.
yourself is going to be what you're teaching.
Right.
You know, because people, okay, they got their product, their video content, their podcasting, they're turning it into Kindle and audio books. So they want to know, how do I get this out? You know, well, here you do. All of that.
All of that.
All of that. Really great. But I liked what you said in the beginning. Simplistic.
Yeah. How do I do it in the most simplistic way?
Right. Because
And
you could start feeling overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you start here.
Well, it can. I mean, even just doing a course like this can be overwhelming for most people, but Kajabi makes it easy.
Yeah.
There's different products that make it easier than others.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Infusionsoft does not make it easy.
No. I saw a guy the other day had on a T-shirt that said Confusionsoft. I think he was advertising some kind of a back-end program. I don't remember the name of it, but it said something like, it's not Confusionsoft or something like that. So
it's not Confusionsoft?
It's not Confusionsoft. So in other words,
most people.
It's some other name, but it's not Confusionsoft.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
So, so your goal is to have this master class, and how long do you see this first class to be? How many weeks?
I think it'll be like at least 6 to 8.
6 to 8 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, realistically.
And when do you want to start it?
I'd like to start it I'd like to have it all ready to start in September. I'll probably package up and sell some small elements of it to get interest in the big course before then.
Okay.
And I may just end up doing a pilot before then that ends up being the actual course.
Right, a pilot course.
Like I might do a small pilot. That's how I see it kind of winding out.
Right. When could you start this pilot course? Because you could build it out while the pilot course is going on, technically.
Yeah, I could start in a couple of weeks. I think, reality-wise.
So say June 15th or something?
Yeah, probably June 15th. I could easily do June 15th. Yeah.
It's June. Can you believe it? Saturday
I can't believe
June.
I can't believe it.
No.
In fact, the sooner I do it, I think the better, because
I think
I'll have it all built out. I could sell it September.
Too much time lagging. You need a what do they call it? A pending event, that pushes you a little bit. Nothing like an impending event to
something scheduled.
Get something done. Yeah, people coming, something on the calendar, something you have to show up for. Yep.
Right.
Okay, so you're doing a small pilot course that'll start June 15th.
Yep.
And then you'll do the real course in September, say September 15th.
Right. So that's how I'm kind of thinking about it now, is to start as a pilot.
Okay. I like
work
it.
the bugs out of it.
Yeah.
Ready for September.
Yeah.
So if I can get a select number of people interested in the pilot, then that I think will work out well. If I can make a little money on it along the way, that'll be good.
How much do you want to charge for your pilot course? Well, your master class. How much?
I'm thinking the master class would probably be close, like a $9.97 tag or something like that.
Okay. Good.
what I'm thinking.
Okay, good. 997. All right.
Yeah.
And would you bump it up more in September or just leave it at that for right now?
No, I'm thinking that's what it would be in September.
Okay.
So if I do the pilot, it'd probably be like, I'd probably do the pilot at even a 297 tag would be good for me.
Okay.
I'd be happy with that and make enough to get it put together and work the bugs out of it and
make it interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would do the trick.
And how many people would you like to have in your pilot course?
10 or 20.
Well, that's a big deviation. 10, 20. Which one? What's your perfect number?
20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 would be good. I wouldn't want it to be too big. 20 would be good to start.
And then September?
Oh, September, I would just load it up. Hopefully by then I'll have all the stuff worked out of it. It'll be mostly automated with some live Q&A sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a whole different animal doing the next phase of it. So even though I'd be charging more for it, it would be much more interactive. Like they'd get an extra live Q&A session with me and stuff that they wouldn't get in this, perhaps.
Right, right. So how many can you see you're having in September? Well, let me ask you a question. It is evergreen. Can people start anywhere along the way? It's not like 12 weeks and you have to start along with everybody.
I'm going to have it so they could start anywhere along the way.
Okay.
And then the Q&A sessions that I do like once a month would be, whatever you want help with, send in your questions and, that's what we'll talk about.
Right.
So that's how I would line that up. So then that covers people at whatever phase they are going through it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
that's
September, it could be any number of people. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'll just put 40. If you doubled your initial number, that would be good.
Yeah. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's $40,000.
Yeah.
Not shabby.
No, and I figure if I can supplement it with some Voxer coaching along the way, it should be great.
Mm-hmm.
It should fit into a relatively relaxed schedule for me.
Yeah. I like it. Voxer coaching. See, I always learn something when I talk to you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. All right. So your first action step would be
to lay this out, like outline it.
Yeah.
First action step is definitely outline.
All right.
Which I pretty much did with you.
Yeah, you did.
Sort of the big pieces, and then
you got the main chunks here.
Right, and then this would be easy to bundle and stack. So if somebody wanted the whole thing, $5,000, they could have all the modules and just have the whole thing, or discount it, whatever from there.
Right.
But that's kind of my thought process behind it is, doing that and then breaking it up.
Right.
Or bundling it up too.
Yeah. Well, you said 6 weeks. Do you want to set 6 to 8 weeks? What do you think is going to be your number, your best number? Let's get it nailed down.
6.
Okay. That's kind of what I was getting.
Yeah.
You can always add later, but
Yeah, I think I'd rather do longer for less time.
Okay.
If it works out that way.
All right. So what your outline will be is for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That would be it. 6-week outline.
Right. All right. So that's action step number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kajabi. Get that hooked up.
Yep, that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
or other option? You have another option too?
I've got a couple different options that I'm playing around with.
Okay.
See which one works out the best, but
All right.
Kajabi would definitely be one of the ones.
Okay. All right. And then in order for you to get a pilot group together by June 15th, that's 2 weeks.
Right.
And some change.
Right.
So you need a 2-week promotion plan.
Yep.
So then it becomes about what do you need for the promotion?
I'm thinking what I would do is run a series of little video ads, and then I could either use those on Facebook or with affiliates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I kind of bring them along through the different steps of it and lead them to the final product.
Right. So
kind of like a mini Jeff Walker launch.
A mini Jeff Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
Who can do a full one anymore?
Nobody really. It just takes too long.
Nobody has the nerves to do that. I mean, it's just too stressful. I did Alan Davidson's first product launch.
Yeah.
I was his thing, his person.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, "You're my person for my product launch." I said, "Really? Great. What is it? What's a product launch?" Oh my goodness.
What are we launching? No, that's good.
What were they thinking? I didn't even have a product, you know.
Well, I know. I got several, but I'm basically restarting them all over again.
Yeah.
Because what I did before is just outdated and
right.
Pretty meaningless. It's
yes.
not like I can pull from anything I put together before.
Right. So your promotional plan really becomes, I know you could spit out the content once you get your format. It really becomes about the first focus is your promotion. What are you going to do? How are you going to capture that information? Are you going to give away something for free?
Right.
You know, if you're online, you're going to give them a way for you to connect with them.
Yes.
So
I'd probably include the Voxer piece in with the first class.
Yeah.
To just make it even more interesting and, you know, easy for people to get their questions answered. And I think that would help me to get all that stuff put together too.
Right.
Easier, you know.
All right.
At least that's kind of what I'm thinking.
So how would you like me to support you on these action steps? I got 5 of them right here. And these are some chunks.
Yeah.
Do you need help laying them out?
I might.
Okay.
I might need help laying them out. Once what I'm thinking is I'll get this put together as an outline. What I'm thinking. I'll try it out on you and see what you think of it.
Okay.
And then let's just see where we go. See where it goes from there. I can't think that far ahead after that.
No, I think that
because I have to kind of see how this lays out first.
Why don't you get started on that? This is probably enough for now.
Yeah.
And then we can hop on next week.
Sounds good.
Say in a week.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
And
then I'll have new content. I'm getting my site back up again, so I'll have new content for that, which I think will play nicely into this. And I can, of course, talk about the new course or get people interested in the course from there as well.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And list. So I do still have a list to work off of.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get it warmed up.
Sounds good.
Next Thursday, I'm going to be out of the office all day.
Okay.
I'm playing, and just so you know.
Good for you. Play.
Well, it's my friend Anna's birthday, and if you go to Ojo Caliente, you get in on your birthday. You get in for free. So
nice.
So we're going to go together. That's next Thursday. So,
Next Wednesday?
so Wednesday afternoon
Yeah.
could
Like
work.
now? Round now?
Let's see, what time is it? About noon? Yeah, that'll work. Maybe 1 o'clock would be better. 1 hour later. Is that too
1
late?
o'clock your time?
Uh-huh. That's 3
That'd be
yours.
3 my time. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
3 o'clock next Wednesday. The date.
We are doing it. Nothing like getting it on the calendar, huh?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That is the trick.
Okay. All right. Do you need the recording to get your notes off of this, or did you take enough notes?
I took a few, but not that many. So if you want to
Okay.
send me the recording, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll send you the recording.
Just in case I want to go back and check something out.
Right. Okay.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, the 15th is a Saturday. Anyway, look at your calendar and kind of see if that's going to be enough time for you to roll this pilot program out.
Yeah.
That might be crunching it a little too much, but
I don't know. I think the way one of my other friends has been helping me out with a little bit too. And the way I've been teaching it, he's like, somebody like you, he said, you should be able to have a course ready to go in like 2 weeks. So if
well, if he
indeed
says
I
it must be
follow
true.
his plan, then yeah, I would say I probably could do that.
Mhm.
So, and as he says, you don't have to have all the lessons done at once. You just gotta have a plan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I got a plan.
You got
We'll
a
do
plan. All right, we're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, it works out.
So how do you feel about it? Do you feel good about it?
A little apprehensive, but good.
What's the apprehension is what?
Just getting it all put together the way I envision it, I think is more the apprehension than anything else.
It's a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Probably, I would guess.
A little bit.
A little. But it's just what I did, like yesterday I was like, I went out and walked in the morning and I don't know, just, I could just fritter away so much time and I had things I needed to do.
Yeah, we can.
And so, anyway, I just went in the office at noon. I'm like, okay, I'm just staying here till and then I finally get into the swing of things. But that's the biggest thing for me is to make sure I have, here's my time in the office, and here's how long I'm going to stay, and here's what I'm going to get done. And, and then when I have a project like this, I want to make, some things a priority.
Right.
Right. So then other things become scheduled around this priority versus, a loosey-goosey priority when there's no accountability. So that's the difference for me, is having accountability.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Same for me, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is. You going camping this weekend?
No.
No. Okay. Good. Then
I got the weekend to start.
You can work. Go to work.
I can go to work.
You have to camp in your backyard this weekend.
I can camp in my front yard, right in my driveway.
There you go. You camp right there. You get that grill out on the driveway, and
I know. That's how I work.
okay,
so,
looks good to me.
All right.
Okay. Well, good job. I'm excited, and what's the name of that? I have to go get that boxer.
Boxer.
Yeah, maybe I'll go get that. And
it's pretty interesting. I think you'll like it.
And why is that different from just a text?
Well, you can text, but you can also send, like using a walkie-talkie, you can actually talk through things with people. So you can actually send a voice clip. that they can listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to use a lot with my friends in Australia, or friends and clients in Australia, because they're in a whole different time zone. So a lot of times I'd leave them a message and they get to it whenever they're up and can get to it and get back. And that worked out really well. Worked out really well for that. And I still use it with friends and stuff a lot, but I said, that would be a genius way to do that. Sometimes it's easier to get a hold of people that way than by phone too, because you can leave them the message and they can just get back to it at their leisure. It's not like you're trying to call them on the phone. It will ring though if you go to call somebody.
Right.
So they could answer it if they wanted to, or they'll see it right away or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool program. Pretty cool.
It is. All right, I'll check that out.
All right.
All right. Well, I don't have Voxer, but I do have a text. And so if you get stopped, or stuck, or reach out.
Yeah, if you get Voxer, we can test it out. You can see how you like it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I think it's
see
a
if
good
you can
idea.
find it.
I'll see if I can find it.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.